I'd like to call this meeting to order, the December meeting of the Cherokee Village Sid Commission. I need a roll call, Dan.
Susan Jett, present. Dave Needle,
Present.
Joe Kaiser,
Here.
Ron Page, here. Tony Stalsel.
Yes. May we have a moment of silence for our fallen brothers and sisters. Okay, I need an approval of the agenda. Do I have a motion?
I make the motion, guys, to approve the agenda as written.
Do I have a second? Second. Motion by Ron to approve the agenda, seconded by Sloan. All those in favor? Joe, sorry. I knew I was. I'm sorry. Okay. Vote please, those in favor. Aye. Opposed. Okay, motion carried. Approval of the minutes from the 17th. Have you had a chance to review?
I'll make a motion that we accept the minutes for the 17th as presented.
I got a motion by Susan and a second by Ron to approve the minutes. All those in favor? Aye. Opposed. Okay, next on it is the approval of the minutes from the working session on December 1st. And we had a chance to review.
Hey, we watched the meeting. So I'm gonna say, after I read them, that we should accept them as written.
Okay, I got a motion by Ron to accept them. Do I have a second? I'll second that. All those, I have a motion from Ron, second, Joe. All those in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed. It carries. Okay, next we have property owners discussions, 3 minutes is your time limit. If you'd like to step up to the mic, state your name, your address, and tell us what you'd like to say to us. 3 minutes. The mic's open.
I know it's on the agenda, but I'm not like that. My name is Joyce Ransdale, and I'm at 185 West. Joyce Ransdale. And I'm at 185 West Lakeshore. I just have a couple questions. Have you guys been lowering Lake Sequoia yet? Okay, so the lake's not been lowered. And I know that we're having issues with the dams, and from what I've been told, has the state even examined the dam besides this individual company that we've been using?
Our understanding of the procedure is we are to inspect the dams. The state really has nothing to say. We inspect the dams and then we turn that report over to the state. That is my understanding.
Okay. Any of the previous committees that we've had have all had state inspections. I'm wondering if you could go back into records and look. So from what I've been told is that when we had other full committees that our dams, all the dams have been inspected by the state. And when there was repairs needing to be done, the repairs were done. I've also been told that, like Lake Sequoia, Lake Thunderbird, any of the lakes that have properties below them are considered high risk anyways, because if there's ever a chance of them breaking, it would cause problems. We do have a couple lakes in the village that do not have things below them, and they're not considered high risk. But I have been told that every committee that we've have had state inspections on these dams?
Joyce, I'll look at previous records and investigate what I can find on the computer about that.
Okay, and I could probably contact, because I've talked to other ones,
That'd be great.
and, you know, we've been here since 1979, and I've heard about this,
Perfect.
you know, so, you know, are you guys gonna give everybody a heads up?
Oh, yes.
Like, you get lower?
Oh, yes.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, we've got a lot of expensive docks out there.
Well,
Right.
and we weren't laughing.
No.
But we answered that question yesterday. Y'all will be the next one out when that's when
As soon as we know, we will disseminate the information.
That's okay.
Okay, so on this meeting, are you all discussing what future, where you are on the process?
Not right now. We haven't had anything back from the media.
We don't have any updates from the meeting in November where Mr. Jeremy made the presentation. You have not taken the next step yet. We don't know what the next step is.
Okay, so can we contact SID?
You can contact me. Just ask for Jan. And
Okay,
I will contact you when I find out when it's I'll give me another week because it's a lot right now.
okay, because every time my husband has called down to SID to ask information regarding it, because I mean, you know, like I said, we got money sitting there.
Sure.
Every time we ask a question when we call SID office, whoever answers the phone says, you need to go to an SID meeting. We cannot give out any information.
Time is up. I didn't have my record on. But we will work with you to get that because, and like we've been telling the last meetings for the last year or so, it seems to be a slow moving, action. And we can't do anything if we haven't talked to any contractors. There's only several that are available to do this kind of work. We haven't worked out finances yet. We've gotten on a list because we have filled out a list of interests and grant monies that are coming out. Miss Joyce, we just don't know.
Okay.
But that now what we've discovered that people that think we're lower in the lakes already, it's been because it's been so dry.
Yeah.
So we're not gonna do something and not tell y'all. I promise.
We'll contact.
Thank you. Okay, I have to turn my best back up.
Good afternoon. My name is John Guest. I live at 3 Oshie Circle. That's right off Wahoo Drive. In other words, I live in Lake Thunderbird. I have two items of concern. One has certainly been discussed with Jan previously. First one is the beaver is still very active at Lake Thunderbird, and migrating hurdles have been decimated. I did meet with the man that came out to look at my property and what the damage was, and he made some observations and was going to look into certain things around the lake. Well, just within the last 10 days, 2 weeks is very most thereof, I clean up the chewed off branch as much as possible that they put in the water because it's skin the bark off. So he's still very active.
Yeah, he's been down in my place too.
The second part is, and the way that I've been here, the Cherokee Village since the fall of 2004. In 2005 and 2006, those 2 years, I remember when the lake level was extremely low. I went and measured again from the normal water level that I have on my boat lift and where it is currently. It's down 24 inches. Now I realize you're going to talk about this under old business, so I'm waiting to hear. But you know, it's more than just evaporation. Something is drawing the lakes down. So I'm looking forward to hearing what you might have to say, and hopefully we can get a solution, perhaps something to put in the canal to hold water in Lake Thunderbird rather than it being at the same level as Sequattal. Thanks for your time.
Thank you. Anybody else would like to speak? There we go.
Good afternoon. My name is Doug Lawrenson. It's Lewripsen. And I live at 65 of Mulkey Drive. Just a question. I've only lived here a year, but the meetings at 4 o'clock in the middle of the week. Why can we not move those to entirely more convenient for us younger people that have full-time jobs, kids in school, so we can get more of a diverse population as meetings?
Over the last, I'm only turning 17, so I've been here 8 years ago. They have tried different times, 6 o'clock, 4 o'clock, 2 o'clock, and you have just about the same turnout. No matter
Yeah, like I say, I've only been here a year,
Yeah.
so this is new to me,
Yeah.
but just a thought.
we have them at 6, and then they complain in the winter that it's too dark, it's too cold before. So
I get it.
4 o'clock has been pretty much the standard.
Okay, I get that. It was just a thought I had.
Hey, no problem. Anybody else? Okay, let's move on up the agenda. Time for GM update. Here. Okay, Jan.
A is the 2026 levy tax notification. I put that,
Just,
Oh, we have one more.
no, we just need to be quiet. Because I can't.
Okay.
the 2026 levy tax letter that was sent to the counties is done on time. You had a copy in each one of your packets. It was sent to both counties. And it's again for 2026. So that was completed. The next thing was the financial updates. It's the income and expense report. We did 2. One from one from January 2025 through November of 2025. And then we did one from December 2024 to November 2025. So you can do some comparisons, everybody. And then the December 15 county deadline for lot parcel activation for billing of assessments, which is mandated. That was completed to both counties at 2:35 this afternoon. So we are in compliance with that. D is doc variance approvals. I have those here. I don't know what the normal protocol is. Do I hand them to you and you all look at them, or do I just say what they are? For doc variances.
Yeah, we have to say
Okay.
Yeah, but look, you want to tell us about them though? Because aren't they all the 2/3 extension?
One is not, but I did put notes on there. And Daryl and Jeff, the ladies management, he has been out there to look at both of the, all 4 of them. And you'll see my notes that say yay or nay.
How they gonna move the sill?
There's a gentleman now who's doing that. The equipment must stay on the land. And he's already done 3 or 4 homes that Betsy had approved. And he seems to be doing very well with that, staying within the legal limits of actual silt. His name is Michael Miles.
Oh, I talked with this guy. Okay.
Yes.
You know. Yeah, I asked him how he's doing. When moving on. That's pretty good.
Okay, so we got the,
Looks. Huh? It looks good.
okay, so the 2 from Flathead, one of them he is just redoing the dock, no changes. So that is for Flathead Customs for number 7 Tishmigo. This one is just a no brainer.
Just a redo.
The variance. Then the one for that Flathead is doing for the people at 138 East Lake Shore. We can either, what I think Daryl was telling me was that we can relook at this in the spring, or go and keep it at 32 feet. So this one I think needs to rest until the water is
Okay.
okay. Then
The other two are both of them.
the other two, go ahead, talk about these two. The
Well,
two Winnebago and three North.
they're all the same. There's not really any true variance, maybe a foot or so. And the one, I would need to see it, but the one is, would be equal to the three neighbors right there.
Yeah.
So there's no difference in.
It looks like this, and they want to bring their boats all out the same.
So Daryl looked at it, our maintenance man, and then John Klein, who does lakes management and the golf courses. So they've all said, approve that. You would want that.
So read these off, and we can make a motion to approve each individual one, and then a second for.
Would you like the name or the
or the address is blank.
number 7 Tishomingo Drive? It's just to build a new dock, same as the previous one because it was rotted. 138 East Lake Shore Drive. That's to relook at spring. Number 3 Mojave Circle. And that's to keep at 32 in the feet, and the silt will be removed. The other one is at number 2 Winnebago Trace. It's at okay to 34 feet.
So do we need a motion for each one of those, or just all four of them be okay at the same time? Okay. Good. Go for it.
Do you make a motion to?
Make a motion.
Make a motion. Oh, Susan makes a motion that we do these things, especially including the one to hold it till springtime on East Lake Shore.
Do I have a second? I'll second. Second. Motion by Susan to approve the dock variances with the one being held in spring, seconded by Joe. All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Okay.
And the last item I have is I'd like to change, with your permission, the meeting notification process called the email blast. When we started this, it was for a courtesy. We had no idea we'd get over 1,000 emails to send out. And it's becoming difficult. We get a lot of returns. We have to do it in batches because it just won't accept as many. We do 3 or 4 batches at a time. We're constantly editing. And what I've done recently was we just put it on cdsid.org under documents, and you'll see agendas. So if okay with everyone, I'd like to put the agenda, as soon as I get it done, which like this time was 3 days, at least 3 days before the meeting, as long as I have the commissioner's response to what it is they might want to talk about. But I would prefer to do it that way than to have our tax clerk be trying to keep up with the email blast because it's increasing and increasing, which is good, but then again, so that's what I wanted to propose.
Have you talked to our software people about about a different way to blast things out?
No, David, I have not. We just talked about putting it on our site, just like the city does.
Okay.
Now, and I don't mind stopping this and just putting it on the website. We have had several conversations with several property owners who next year, when the dust begins to settle, they'll help us set up an email blast so you just have to go in and do a couple of keystrokes.
That's what I was looking.
Yeah, we have several property owners with some experience that have said, yeah, we'll do something with that. So if we can just let it slide for the next till February, that we probably start rocking and rolling in February. Who are you pointing to?
My buddy over there.
But if one or two of you needs to be personally called, I will personally call you. But it's gotten a little bit cumbersome.
Your thoughts?
I think when you actually look at what the website works for me very well.
I'm on board the website, said trying to, because you know how it is, getting email addresses away, so forth. You send a bunch of them back, they keep sending probably too tight, but it's on a bulletin board thing on the website, and when the one it is, click on it and bang, there it is. So that would help. We could do it like the grocery stores used to do when I was a kid and put it in on a car or something and drive around the parking lot and sit drinking anything. But we're not in that situation, so I would say that like what you're talking about.
And we can revisit it. I mean, it's just for right now, there's only 2 staff who were.
Okay, let's put it on January. Let's move it to old business in January.
Okay, but can it be okay if she doesn't put any more on, I mean, the January meetings are already published on the website?
Just the meeting dates and no agendas.
Yeah, not the agenda, but we can get the agendas up there like that Friday before or the Thursday before. It's just, y'all have one more meeting.
Uh, huh. What do you,
Yeah, we can just move it to old business. It's fine.
okay, let's move to old
No
business.
problem.
Okay, moving
It's-
on. You got anything else, Jan?
No, sir.
Okay. Next on the agenda is the chairman's statement, which is acting me right now. Can the candidates for the city commissioners please stand up? That are here.
Wait, let me see who's here. Jan, Grissom, Steve.
Okay, well,
Oh,
what I'm going to ask, what I'm going to ask is, if you're capable and wanting to, is tonight after the meeting, stick around and let the people chat with you some, kind of last time before the election, if that's comparable for you all. If not, you fine with it?
Yeah.
That's all I'm asking.
thanks, guys.
Hey, meanwhile, on with old business. Waste management land purchase. What have we got going there, Jan?
Well, the last sign in, we had to have, a document signed. Ashes was going to take that document over there and get that finalized with the title company.
And we're just waiting for that, huh?
We're just waiting for that. So we were hoping to have that done by the close of business today.
Okay, bylaws update from the attorneys, we haven't heard anything, have we?
Keep it on the schedule.
Keep that on the full business, update on Sequoia Dam, we haven't had any options from the engineers yet, so move that to old business. Fire stations for Cherokee Village, we have the paperwork here to sign.
Do we? Sweet.
Sign them all to the city. This is the warranty deed here, we're gonna sign them over to the city.
I'm so glad this is happening because it'll really improve what the fire stations can do for the firemen. This is what they're gonna do.
It's coming, it's coming. Okay. Next is on the case is the Gronkowski and Damas case. The special administrator, we have been informed that they're not to make any statements on this until everything is resolved legally. Right? Okay. A new business, Gronkowski case, a civil lawsuit against Sid, same thing. We're waiting for the lawyers to respond, and once again, we have been informed not to say anything about it. Next, mature certificate of deposit rule. What are we gonna do about that, Jan? Is that the one that
That's the
we
one
talked
we
about?
discussed on December 1.
Right, so,
And you all will think about it. You just roll it over.
that was what, 92,000?
Mm-hmm.
How soon do we have to, if we're gonna roll it over, how soon?
The 25th.
Is this one?
I think it's fine to roll it over because we can't really push $92,000 yet. I don't recall anything in particular, but with December one, I wasn't there, but I did read and review that information. And I just don't see how we're going to do anything effective just yet.
We didn't have any outstanding loans or anything to pay off, so it was kind of.
My thought is, since the flood, the tennis courts down here have not been refurbished or anything. I wonder if we put that money towards that. Get tennis courts back up and go on again.
Well, we had talked about months ago, since there's no play down there, just tearing it down temporarily so it's not an eyesore or not doing anything until.
We also thought about it being a pickleball and a tennis.
Right, yeah, pickleball and tennis.
Yeah.
Could you, Jen?
Yeah.
Could you get somebody to give us an estimate on that?
Okay.
Several estimates, because I got a feeling it's gonna yield.
Well, we have to get estimates for you, because we have to send the 25th.
And then just gonna roll it over.
That's why I was saying roll it over because we'd rather have the new commissioners have an opportunity.
Yeah.
Okay.
Pressure.
I need a motion then. To roll it over.
I'll make a motion to roll it over.
Do I have a second?
I'll second.
I have a motion to roll it over from Ron, seconded by Joe. Roll call vote, please.
Susan says yes.
Joe says yes.
Dave says yes.
I made the motion. I'm going to say yes.
Okay, January 26th, notice of interest for the dam grant. What was this about?
That was the form you fill out so you didn't stand in line, just in case they had money or.
Has that been filled out?
No, it hasn't been filled out because it's way over my head, to be honest with you. And Mr. Holmes going to take a look at it for me since he is our lakes management person.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
So keep this on the agenda.
For old business. That's
Right.
Okay, Jeff Klein or? Not here.
Just not here?
Okay, that is. Tommy, you speak.
I'm moving forward. I got my mind focused on moving. So, is this gonna work?
Take it out.
I'm not even just a one sharp got in and Puerto Rico Lounge and got some lunch. And the reason I got in on this today is back right first in early November, I went with a Florida office. Just take person's business in Tanya, the election going in. So someone been down and asked her if she can do the election. Well, she can. The county's election system is a statewide system. It consists of registered voters, state requirements only. You could never put all out of state people. You never could put all the regulations restricted on the right to vote for treated as residents who have multiple lots, all that sort of thing. That would never be even allowed in the system by the state board of elections. So therefore, you get this way across. whoever it was came by, she just said, tell us not, you know, all guys. Well, the world I grew up in, regarding elections has real high boundaries. And this process is what it was. Where I came in on that, the ballot had already been prepared. It had been mailed, and ballots had actually been mailed back in. So, as far as I'm concerned, I see no way to change that ballot because you just have to start over. The time frame for that all had to change, and the expenses would all have to double, and that sort of thing. Now, I understand, from meeting to the now with people and all this that three candidates were somewhat challenged or there's some question about whether it should be on ballot. Well, they're on. The lady who nominated herself, I think has been addressed with legal counsel. Is that who? And he said she just.
Yes, correct. Yes.
Okay. Then there's the issue of two people being nominated for one person, which would be a spot. I asked if that be split legal, and I think we did. And he went and
Oh, yeah, it's not injured.
yes, I answered.
Not as of now.
So, from this point forward, any decision regarding the law of conducting an election is going to be based entirely on legal advice. Because when you step outside of that, any of us step outside of that, we step into liability. If we stay within the bounds of legal advice, then we have protection. It's prima facie pieces. So that is why I don't do it. And I would suspect that one else would do it. There's an issue of Dave Rivers talking about that for as a vital. Dave, do you hear? Yeah. Okay. I suggested that you intend to go forward with that and make a formal statement in writing, present to them. That's how they will discussion. You make it work. If not, I don't like you to. I had a letter to Aaron's, especially someone. Now, here's the legal people who decide that their terms, that their terms, essentially my terms. Say county, if it can. If it done, if it says so.
See that?
Yes.
See what just
We're gonna call it advice on business, regarding Riley, and they say it be down, go down. Runs. We're just gonna call it legal advice and do that. There's as far as I know, that's all issues regarding the legal part of the election. The mechanical part of the election is just automatic. When it comes to calling, counting the votes, last year, 4 years ago, we had two crews, two excellent workers, and I think we already, think by large booth, and they did an outstanding job. I've seen hundreds of elections, I've done blocks since the first 8 years, and, they was busy, and I saw the hand count, without him. I have one more thing that's mailing for the candidates. And I'll present now, or I'll wait to go through and go over the candidates. That is a statement of financial interest. Because I know that's a issue with someone.
Address it now.
Okay. Now, this is what's called a statement of financial interest. And on the front of it, back to this story. Every elected person, every person on the board or commission that handles federal taxpayer government has to follow this. And of course, Mayor Ruger already has one pass. Because he's a constable. He elects his commissioner. He's not going to be following one. Now, I contend that all candidates should have to follow these, but I can see why they don't. Because the bill by the follow these is already passed. If you're a dad, the November 17th was the deadline for statement of financial interest for the calendar 2024 due for non-incumbent candidates. In other words, candidates running for the first time. I'm JP. Mine is Stephen. Well, here it is. These are third party. The way, let's go into the history of this. The way this came into existence is, the legislature proposed, a third amendment, a third act of the people. Called ethics bill. They framed this as an ethics bill. They made up a form to get everyone to disclose different things. They limited campaign contributions to $200 per person for any candidate running for any office. And then they slip in this little clause that says that the legislature will meet every year instead of every other year, which essentially double their term limits. They have just been restricted to 3 2-year terms for representatives and 2 6-year terms for senators. By meeting every year, they double their salary because they don't don't get paid, don't get your baby stipend, don't get your attendance, meetings, that sort of thing. And since then, they've also backed it up more, and the original term limits have been increased. I don't know how much. I don't care. I'm trying to research that a little bit. That is why we already had an ethics bill before this came on. The purpose of the other ethics bill was to double the term, is what it is. And I'm not disparaging, saying anything disparaging legislators. This came most about Laura and what we worked to the bill Laura. So that's the issue. Is the thing that for you don't have to put ordinary course of business information into this. This is when asking some of these questions about gifts. You don't have to go down into Christmas gifts or anything like that. If you're doing business on a government contract and sign subcontract the thing along over to enforce so for them whatever you have to enforce it. What I do on mine is when it gets to the end of the income, I put directly again, I on top of it and draw out of it. And furthermore, in all the years that I kept these on file, no one ever came looking. One time, the ethics commission called and said, "We want you to go through the forms and see if it's all there and see if you see if you're wrong." And I said, no, man. I'm not sure all of it. If you want, if you don't say, you kind of said, well, we're going. I said, come on. So I called and gave you one more chance to do it. Well, they come out there and do it. I said, well, I've been waiting on the table and back and forth. So, she's gone. That's all she did. Because she knew down there was supposed to be there. And she started on the left. And that's all that time these things move things. But they are still manageable. You're not fully filed until you show at the levels as a commission. Now, you didn't get one early on because you're not in an election side. But, after you become a commissioner, if you haven't filed in the clerk's office, and I don't know if the Sharp County clerk's office or Fulton County,
It's been sharp.
yeah, it's always been there, but I thought that was stuff, it's for the list I did, so.
I think we were.
Yeah, we've always been South Carolina.
We're always down.
Oh, no, I was trying to think of the word, not incorporated, but where we came to be in Charlotte.
Okay, yeah, that, you're, it's, official it is, okay. If, Tanya has a list of everybody that's supposed to have a list, she'll send now one forms to you. The first year, and even though you won't have your election till 15, when they're at there after that, the successor candidates, if you don't file, there's a legal process that we're supposed to follow. She's supposed to follow. Further to the written this nasty letter, raise your title. Well, I think I have rights on that until you get this filed. I told her, but well, I was telling this, it's been 5 years. We're not going to be able to get over the bone mess, go put it in. And so that she will see that and get it filed. Because not going to be there. Now, if you have any questions, I'll be glad to try to answer them for you. I don't know of anything else that I have. And,
Just to clarify what you're telling us, we haven't had that form filled out and turned in the county prior to the election.
well, and yeah, I would know why you wouldn't.
Okay.
You're not listed up here because you're not in a town one. But you're okay. Right, good. Right. Yeah. My opinion is that you do, but I'm not going to enforce it because I have no enforcement authority. I don't know whether to pay attention to them as a candidate. Big an SID outside of the scope of candidates like that. So, really, technically, I don't think that you did, but realistically, I don't blame you. They should just work right. Like they do. And it's always in the calendar when you're proceeding when I file mine for that years for 26 term over to 25. That because I won't 26 stuff. So more. Everybody.
Excuse me,
Good.
I got one question. The campaign financial disclosure. Went ahead and had it filled out, notarized, I took it down to the county clerk's office in Sharp County. Took it, she stamped it, gave me a copy back. I also turned it over to the campaign and the pledges to her. She says, you don't take them. I came back, I saw on the campaign that says Secretary of State. I mailed them to the Secretary of State. I get a phone call back from them telling me I have to do it online, make it online, then I have to have it notarized and signed, and then I mail it back to them. That's just a double take. In which case, what she directed me to was the financial statement, not the campaign promise.
What office was talking about?
The Secretary of State.
Oh, that you're doing that for.
Yes, I need commissioner.
All right. That's another thing that the legal advice that we got said no political forms had any bills out such as campaign expenditures, contributions expended for, or political privacy splits. They're not required or inside anything. But this year, for the first time, county session itself will have to fill out a campaign contribution schedule for online and file it with the Secretary of State. That's the first time we've ever had to do it. Before that, it's always in the post office. That's you file.
So
So
now,
what's
what's
your-
your financial statement also goes, not only to the town clerk, it also goes to the Secretary of State too?
No, just the Secretary of State.
Okay, then the one I turned into the county clerk is,
As a city commissioner, SID commissioner, you do not have to file campaign contributions expended, or nor do you have to file with the practice expense.
Just the financial.
Just the financial statement is all. Also, there's one other document that people such I have to go out and that's like, Elizabeth County eligibility, statement. A statement of campaign, candidate eligibility. Had to sign and do it all the time with. Typically issued by, and, I'm registered on, basically, what's that?
But just to clarify, the financial paper that we're talking about needs to be filed with the county clerk.
Oh, yeah.
We don't need to worry about the other people that he kind of got hung up with trying to get the right people in there.
Exactly. Every city maintains their own state of financial business. Everything else goes to county clerk. That's y'all. Now, this critical practice. I don't know what you're gonna do in the future, but you got certainly got to be in your rules that you have that you have right now. And it needs to be redesigned because the signature, the billing out of political practices pledge simply means that you state that you have come acquainted with the rules and the laws that, for the office of which you're running, and that you're going to abide by them. It also puts somewhere exactly how you want your name on the ballot and your contact information. So that it's all public. With that, people want their name one way when everybody else knows the way sometimes, that sort of thing. But it needs to be documented by a candidate, how they were named in the ballot. And maybe all done that. And I hadn't heard of anybody saying that they candidate was like a name on the ballot. So I suppose it's
We asked them for their name off their driver's license. Didn't even ask you to look at the driver's license, just tell us what it is.
Some people want a big long line because that way don't catch attention. Usually nice.
Any other questions? Hey, thank you, Tom.
You're welcome.
So on review for our candidates, it looks like the only thing you really have to fill out is that financial statement.
Yeah, that's what we understand.
Yep.
Yes, that's right.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Commissioner comments. Ron, you got anything?
Thank you.
Not after all that discussion about all these high finances and all those reports. But I do want to say I'm proud of all the people who have been nominated to become a commissioner. And I wish you the very best. It's an honor to serve the people, in my humble opinion. And I'm grateful for the time that you've allowed me to do that.
Susan? Joe? No. Okay. Neither do I. So, that, property owner comments. Do we have any more? Nate and your property.
Dan Draper, 101 Cherokee Road. I was just on the website before I came here, and on the SAE election page, there's a little button that said, something about absentee ballot button. I clicked on that and it took me to malware. So if people are trying to find out something about their absentee ballots, that button is not working right.
I had somebody fill, well, I don't know. I gave somebody directions to do that too. I didn't follow up. Okay.
I just did it.
Whatever your malware spy stuff is picking it up as a bad link, huh?
Yeah, it just malware went, nope. Not
It's a bad link.
So is it your malware maybe?
Yeah, because I just did it on Thursday.
What do you have?
Malware, it's that starting again.
Okay, cause
No, it's malware white. I know which one it
Yeah.
is.
It's malware, yeah.
okay, we'll check.
We'll get that taken care of. Any other property owners? Okay. Do we need an executive session?
I'd like to have an executive session.
Okay, what do we use executive session?
Employee.
Okay, I have a motion for executive session for an employee. Do I have a second?
I'll second it.
A second. Ron, all those in favor?
Aye.
We'll take a break.
Can you just a few minutes?